Good morning, everyone. I'm posting this video instead of having a live session. I have to do a poster exhibit. I'm going to be a poster exhibit judge today at Barnard College for the STEP program. So I'm unable to do this class, you know, remotely at the same time. So we're at week 11. Last week there was no class either. So actually with week 10, I see there was some confusion. The dates weren't set right. So we'll go over that next week, but we'll stick with week 11 for this week. Your week 11 files are here. I'm sure that Abraham will go over these with you. The labs that we are going to be working on today is this one right here, detecting threats and vulnerabilities. And here's a folder for NMAP related stuff. You can look at this. There's a lot of really good resources for NMAP. NMAP is a really great tool to scan a network. It can be used both for good and for bad. But it's a definite tool that you need to know in cybersecurity and networking. This is the lab itself. Lab detecting threats and vulnerabilities. Use NMAP, a port scanner, and network mapping tool to detect threats and vulnerabilities on a system. Background scenario. Network Mapper, or NMAP, is an open source utility used for network discovery and security auditing. Administrators also use NMAP for monitoring hosts or managing service upgrade schedules. NMAP determines what hosts are available on the network, what services are running, what operating systems are running, and what packet filters or firewalls are running. Here they say the requirements are a PC with Ubuntu LTS on VMware Workstation. We're going to forego that. So know that this part right here, I'm not sure if you guys have installed a virtual environment on your computer. So I'm just going to teach you guys how to install NMAP on your computer, whether it's a PC or a Mac. All right, so here is how you get NMAP. We might have done this before previously to get NMAP, and if not, this is a good chance for you to get NMAP and install it today. So you go to nmap.org. I have a little bit of a all right, I had a little trouble with my time there, but now I fixed it. Okay, so NMAP. You go to nmap.org. You'll see Get NMAP right here, 795. Here's your Windows NMAP. The installer that you're going to want to get is the latest stable release self-installer right here. Okay, you're going to download that. Here's NMAP setup. You're going to double click it like normal, like you install any other software. I'm not actually going to install it, but you should be able to just go through the process and install it. I'm not sure. Right, NMAP installer, yes. Okay. Agree. These are all the components. Next. This is the location it'll get installed in. And then you press install. And then it will be installed. Now, NMAP itself is a command line tool. Okay? So you got to open up your terminal. Right? So if you don't know how to do that, you go down to the search bar. You can type in terminal, terminal, right, or command prompt, and it's going to open up. Okay, we can start with either one is okay, terminal or command prompt. They're actually the same thing in this case. Should open up. There we go. Oh, I don't know. There we go. There, finally. Okay. So here is, well, either one will be fine. If you open up Windows PowerShell or command prompt, it should work. Okay. So if you do nmap dash dash, I think it's dash H. Yeah. You'll know it's installed if you get this. So when you do dash H, that means dash help. What that basically is saying is giving you kind of all the commands that are possible to use with nmap. Okay, that's how you know it's working. The simple examples right here at the bottom show you how to scan a specific, here it's scanning a specific website. Here it's scanning a specific IP address, or specific IP addresses in this case, right? These two addresses. And then this, I believe, is scanning specific ports. We're going to go through this in a bit. So this is how you get nmap installed. On Mac, it's pretty much the same thing, but I'll go through it as well. All right, so I'm on the Mac side, nmap.org, same thing, right? Get nmap 795 Mac OS. This right here is the stable release, nmap.dmg. You download that, okay? You mount it, okay? This is the nmap installer. If you get this, what you're going to want to do is press Control, open with installer, right? So remember that you got to press Control because basically this is it's a security thing. It's not letting you install it without you verifying it yourself. So you're going to go open here, right? And then this is guide you through the actual installation process, right? You just go through it and it should install. Okay. Once you install it, you're going to want to put it into your applications folder. All right. So, once again over here, you would have to search for terminal. The way I did Spotlight here, I press Command spacebar and I put terminal, and that opens up a terminal window. Okay, and I do nmap-h, right? And you see the same output comes out, right? This right here was the same as the one in Windows, but basically you know that you have nmap installed if this is if nmap.h works. Okay, so that's how you install nmap. All right, so I'll go through this lab. The first thing we'll do is you're gonna run nmap on localhost. So I'm gonna put this on one side, and you can do this on PC or Mac, either way, right? So. Okay, so here, run nmap. We're going to do nmap localhost. Now, what localhost is, basically it's running nmap on your own computer. Okay? And what it spits out to you is a report of what ports you have open. Now, the way you can think of ports is basically access points to different services that you might have running on your computer. So here, so like basically you have an internet connection that goes to your computer, and when that internet connection goes to your computer, it needs to know where specifically to go in order to run a specific program. And that's how these ports are used. Sometimes also when you're building local applications, like I don't know, there's other scanners or anything really. Like if you built like a little local website on your computer before you set it up in the cloud so that anybody can use it, what you're doing, you would have to do is you set up a server on your computer and you open up a port to access that program. Okay, so in here on my computer, I have all of these ports open. I have TCP ports 88, 5000, 5900, 7000, 8021, 9917. Okay, so those are the ports that I know I have open. All right, just so that you can get an understanding a little bit more about ports, right? If you go to Wikipedia's list of ports, you'll see all the different ports that are available on the internet. So, like simple mail transfer protocol, port 25, that's actually for email. So there's a couple different email ports, but that's one of them. So when you use email, emails get sent through port 25. And there's other ports, host name server, time. So if you're doing, like this morning, I had a little bit of trouble with my time on the Windows computer I have. If you want to do time to automatically set up or to automatically update, that gets done on port 37. Other things can happen too, right? So like PlayStation, play, right? So PlayStation Wake on LAN, PlayStation Network, right? They're 3479. They're unofficial ports, but they're used a lot. Some are official, some are unofficial, and some are assigned. Okay? So like Xbox, right? Xbox, Xbox Live, games for Windows, 3074. So whenever you're connecting to Xbox Live, it's on 3074. So these are the different ports that are available. Okay? So let's get back to NMAP. So you do localhost, right? You see what ports are open. Um, so you'll, for this step two, you're gonna submit what ports are open. Okay. Step three, use administrative privileges with NMAP. Type the following command in the terminal, scan the computer's UDP ports. Remember, okay. So I'm not sure how well this will work on PC, but we'll try it out first here on Mac, and then I'm going to go to the PC. So you're going to do sudo nmap dot s capital U localhost. And then you need your password. And let's see what happens. I'm going to do nmap there. So while that's going on, I'm going to go on my PC side, which I have in a VirtualBox. Now, I think in the past, oops. Here it is. There it is. So, okay. So let's just do for everybody. You should do this nmap in PowerShell because originally maybe we installed WSL. I'm not sure. WSL is the Linux subsystem for Windows. Basically, you can use Linux command in Windows. So let's try the same command, sudo nmap dash s capital U localhost. Yeah, that's not gonna work here. So let me see what happens if I just do this. Oops, I see, and I did it, spelled it wrong. Okay, still having problems. Let's do it without sudo. It seems like it's gonna work. Okay, so it seems like you don't have to do sudo if you're in Windows. Um, but so nmap dash s dash small s capital U localhost. Now these are going to give you UDP ports. Okay, so you have all these UDP ports open. Here on my Mac side, same thing is showing the UDP ports I have open. Okay, so UDP and TCP are two basic ways that information gets transferred over the internet. The basic difference is that TCP is something that they called has something that they call a three-way handshake. And what that does is that it ensures that when you're sending a packet, say I'm sending a packet from my computer to my email server, right? That as that's happening, it's ensuring that that packet is actually getting received there. So what it does is that your computer sends first what they call a SYN packet, and that's like, hey, computer, I want to get some information, or I want to connect with you. And then the server says, hey, I received this SYN packet from you, and I acknowledge that I got this SYN packet. That's an ACK, right? That's the ACK packet, and it gets sent back to me. And then I then again send a third packet called a SYNACK packet that basically confirms that I got your acknowledgement. So it's this three-way process that makes sure that you're sending to who you want to send to. Okay? Now, all right, so while TCP ensures that a packet gets to its location, UDP is sort of like a stream of data. So you can think of UDP as a server just putting out data, and if you have the right information, you can tap into that data. UDP is used for things that are time sensitive, right? So, like a stream of a TV show or any kind of streaming video is using UDP. Um, Telephone calls, Zoom calls, those use UDP because it's time sensitive. That act of doing that three-way handshake in TCP actually takes time, and therefore it's not as fast as UDP. The difference, though, is that UDP is less secure for that reason, right? It's just one-way stream, and you're not ensuring that the data is going to any specific location. It's just being streamed out, okay? So phone calls, video conferences, those kind of things that require things to be faster, use UDP. So this nmap-s capital U localhost is looking at what UDP ports we have open, okay? So if we look here, it says you need administrative privileges, but we don't. But what UDP ports are open? Now you're going to do type the following command in terminal, nmap sv localhost. Using sv switches the nmap command to perform version detection. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Oops, I don't think that's going to work because it needs to be localhost. Oh, okay. I copied it, but I guess the dash here is not the same as the dash that it would need to be. I'm going to do the same thing here. Clear nmap dash sv localhost. Okay, and we'll see what we get. Open SSL legacy provider failed to load. Here. Oh, okay. So it did work. So here now it's giving you a little bit more information, right? So when I'm getting these ports, I know that this is AirTunes, this is Apple Remote Desktop, this is AirTunes. This doesn't say, but this is WebSocket. Service info is telling me that this is Mac OS X. So it starts to give you a lot more information. Here I get Microsoft Windows RPC, right? Service info OS Windows. So what this is doing is that it allows Nmap to try to figure out what services are open. What services are open, but also what operating system is being used. Okay, so that's what SV does. Um, so you're gonna go ahead and put what what you got from this, right, in your lab. And now capturing SSH keys. Nmap-a localhost. So we'll do nmap dash capital A, yep, capital A localhost. Okay, I'll do the same thing here. Nmap-a localhost. Okay, sometimes it takes a little while. So it's giving us some security information, SMB2 security mode, message signing enabled but not required. Same thing here. We're not really getting too much information. We're getting that the protocol version VNC. If you look here in uh in the lab, it's giving you these SSH host keys. We don't have any SSH ports open, so it's not giving us these host keys. Don't worry about it. Just submit whatever you have. You could submit these as screenshots as well that you would put on a document that you can submit or submit that way it's all in one place. But so SSH is secure shell. What that does is allows you to remotely access a computer. So like if you have a server in the cloud, you can access it. Let me do clear, right? I could do SSH admin at whatever the IP address is. I'll just say, or even a web domain. So mywebsite.com, right? So let's say I actually own mywebsite.com. Um, I could use SSH secure shell to access the back end, the server side of that website. If I do this, it's not going to connect because it doesn't actually exist. But that's what this is trying to do, this Nmap right here. Okay? So just go through that Nmap exercise here. And there's actually another assignment as well. So if we look at here, so that's the lab right here. You could submit the lab here. Now this is the other Nmap assignment. Um, what you have to do here is that you have to scan Nmap scan me in secure.org, and you're going to provide a screenshot. So Nmap, and I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm going to have you do it yourself. Um, but look, so this is an insecure website. So scan me.insecure.org. Okay, it's going to take a little time to do that. Um, right. So you're going to provide screenshots of that, provide screenshots of Nmap scans from your home network. Now, this is a pretty cool one once this gets done. Um, your home network, here, I'll do it here in the PC side. Okay. So to find out what your home network is, you can do either ifconfig or ipconfig. In PCs is usually ipconfig. Oops, spelled it wrong. Okay, so I know that my IP address here is 192.168.150.130. Okay, I'm on a virtual machine here, so it's not going to be the best. But if you do ipconfig, you'll get your IP address. Okay, here, okay, let's go back to this. This is insecure. So all of these are scan me insecure. You're going to put that into part one. Part 2, you're going to find your local IP address, which I was doing here. So let me clear this again. I'm going to do, in Macs, it would be ifconfig. On PC, it's ipconfig. In Macs, it's a little crazy. There's always a lot of things open. But what you're going to look for is a 192.168 number. And it's usually in EN 0. It might be this. The other way you can do it is you could actually just go to your network settings, system preferences, right? You go to your network. Okay, yeah, here it is. And I can see this is my IP address. Okay, if you're on a PC, same thing. ipconfig gives you the address as well. It's easier to find. But if you have to, you can also just look up your network settings in the PC. Okay, so now that I know that this is my IP address, right? Control copy. I'm going to copy this. And what I'm going to do, usually you're .1, but that's not always the case. Like right now I'm .130. I mean, sorry. So no, you're not usually .1. You're some number. Your router is usually .1. Okay? So let me clear this. Now I'm going to do NMAP, right? And I'm going to do this. Going to paste it. Oops. But instead of putting .138, I'm going to do .0. And what that means is that I want to scan the entire network and \24. Okay. Now what that's going to do is going to scan my whole network to see all the things that are connected to it. Okay. And then it's going to show me what ports are open on all the devices that are connected to the network. So just to remind you, NMAP, right? The IP address, you got to find the IP address of your network. Okay. Either use ipconfig, right? You're going to use ipconfig in let me change this. IP ifconfig or ipconfig on PC. ipconfig Windows, Mac or Linux. Oops. Mac or Linux. Okay. Okay. Right? So now it shows me all the things that are connected and all the ports that are connected, right? So if you wanted to, you could go back and use that cool not that one. Not SVA, right? This is going to try to show you what things are connected. Like right here, I can see that my iPhone is connected. So this is showing everything that's connected on my network. Okay, so take a screenshot of the outputs. Take these outputs. Pick two ports that are open and explain what the port does. So just take a look at any of these two ports. If they look kind of strange, even better. Just pick two of them, and then you can go to this Wikipedia page, and then you can explain what each of those ports do. And then finally, you're gonna do you're gonna go to this website, the Internet Map. Okay, and you're gonna find two obscure websites. So this is a kind of cool map of the internet. It's not entirely up to date, but basically it tries to visualize the internet. So if you click on any of these, it's gonna show you like information. It doesn't seem to be working though. This honestly doesn't seem to be working. So, this is what I'll ask you to do. Instead of going to the internet map, just pick two obscure websites. Meaning not Google, not Facebook. Like try to think of smaller websites and then do NMAP scans on those websites. So, so two obscure websites. It doesn't have to be that obscure, but um, find two obscure websites. Um, so not big sites like um, Facebook or Google. Something like pizza.com or something small. Okay? So you can just do nmap dash a or dash sv, right? Pizza.com. Oops. Uh, let's see. Oh, okay. It's still scanning. Okay. So unfortunately, this site doesn't seem to be working anymore, which is a shame. It was really pretty cool. You could sort of just click on any of these. Um, right? You could click on any of these, and you could get information about these smaller websites, which was kind of interesting. But this is old and it doesn't work. So yeah, so just pick, you know, a website that's not. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Okay. Hopefully something comes up. Let me try to do it on the PC side just to see if we get something. So nmap, oops, pizza.com. Okay. And it could take a little. Okay, so this one worked here. I guess because I did the dash A dash SV, it's creating a problem here. I'm just gonna kill this. Oh, and to kill the process, you would do Control Z or Control X, right? That kills the process. So here at pizza.com, these are the these are the ports that are open. Okay. So one way you could think about this, right, is that, hey, if I'm a hacker and I want to hack a site, I'm going to try to find what ports are open. And then by finding out what ports are open, I'm going to try to find the vulnerabilities of these ports, right? That's how this works. So what's interesting about this pizza.com, is that they have an open 5060 port, which is SIP. Now, SIP is usually used for voice calls, and it's kind of weird that pizza.com has a voice call service that's open. If I was a bad guy, I would probably investigate that and try to exploit that. Okay? So anyway, for this assignment, just two websites, see what is open, and then post that. All right, so that's a quick little tutorial on NMAP. I'll be with you guys next week, and we'll go over our previous labs that we didn't go over from last week, and have some fun with NMAP. NMAP's pretty cool, and take a look at the resources as well. Like, these have a lot of really cool stuff. NMAP Cookbook, awesome resource, right? Like, tells you all the kind of cool stuff that you could do with NMAP. Little technical, but if you're into hacking and you're into really diving deep into this world of cybersecurity, NMAP is one of the premier, like old school tools that are still being used today. All right. See everybody next week. Have fun.